Hello, everyone, and welcome once again back to the premiere show of two friends talking shit who happen to be coastal conservative elitists. That's right, we grew up on the ocean side and we have time on our side because we're still young and virile and we're full of piss and vinegar, just like Mike's style. That's the only way you can get it at Jersey Mike's, goddammit. I won't hear it otherwise unless it's a hot sub. I, of course, am your intrepid host, Trev, brought to you always with my fellow host, the indomitable snowman, the vanilla gorilla himself, the man who I'm going to try and stop making roast for every week because it's just...
It's getting exhausting.
If anybody wants to submit their own, that's fine.
Yeah, by all means, help us out, but yeah.
Yeah, because guess what, folks? It's Joey Fats.
You goddamn right it is. And boy, it's been a week. I had a nice long staycation this week.
Oh, that's always good. That can be
Yeah,
fun.
it was honestly it was great. It was Talladega week, so I basically sat my ass at home racing on my simulator all week. And it was fantastic. Wish the weather was a little shittier, to be quite honest, because it would have made me feel less bad about not being outside and being productive or, doing anything. But,
Yes, Saturday and Sunday were absolutely perfect.
fucking, dude, Sunday I walked outside and I was like, wow, it is an absolute shame that I am going to have to get my ass in the house. I have to watch, first of all, I got to watch some stupid 9:30 NFL game. Then, I've got the red zone kicking off at 1 o'clock for football.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dega's on at 2. I had the Formula One race on at 3, which I watched 0 seconds of, but whatever. It was there. The Broncos played at 4. I was like, I'm booked. I'm spoken for. I am not doing anything today, so fuck off.
Yeah, other than that. Absolutely. I hear you on
But
that.
it was beautiful. I walked out of the gym because I got up early. I went to bed early on Saturday night, which is weird because I never do that. And I woke up early Sunday, and my wife and I went to the gym earlier, 2.5, 3 hours earlier than we usually do.
Sure.
And we got home, and I'm like, now what? What do we do now? I don't get it.
It's like Talladega.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what I mean? I'm
Put
like,
him down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just so confused. I was like, I'm like, what do you mean it's only 10:30? I'm like, we're usually not home until 1:15. You know what I mean? But it was nice. It was nice. But walking out of the gym into the parking lot, I got major late spring, almost early summer vibes out of the weather. And it was like, oh, I am not ready for this to be gone yet. But
late spring, early. So you mean fall, Joey? Because as the sun went down, that fall Christmas came in, and I liked it. I was like, oh, that's what I like. Now I can put on a flannel, and I'm comfortable.
And then all of a sudden the weather was like, haha, I fooled you.
Now it's hot again. The next
I know. I got the windows open. I took my AC out, and I'm like, ooh,
mine's still in. I haven't turned it on since in well over a month.
Mine's still in the bedroom.
It can, in the bedroom.
I sleep like a hot fatty. So.
Oh, I run hot. Every ex of mine has always said, I feel like a pizza oven, like a brick oven pizza.
Well, yeah, I run hot generally, but my wife is like a blast furnace when she sleeps. I don't understand it because she's always the coldest person in every room we're in, which I know. Shocker. Tomorrow's headline, female cold.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm always cold. It's like, how? Do all of them have iron deficiencies? Are they that anemic and what is it with they're always well, I mean, they're cold-blooded. I say that jokingly to them.
Cold-blooded.
But I mean it. It's like, no, there's no other explanation. Do you need a heating rock?
Seriously. Do I have to go to Petco and get you a fucking heating lamp?
Yeah, do I have to treat you like a reptile?
I'm gonna put you in a tank too. Just let you simmer.
Well, I mean, I don't think it is a coincidence that the inside of a snake's mouth also resembles the interior, opening, the very beginning of a vagina. The vulva, so to speak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It looks an awful lot like...
It adds up.
It certainly does. Give me 1 second. I just gotta run into my living room.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some fun stuff tonight. We've got a lot to get into. We're gonna get into
All right, I'm
the
good.
the we're gonna get into the No Kings protests from the weekend that was, which was
The what?
hilarious. And then we will do our South Park review,
Sure.
and I'm sure that some other general nonsense will somehow permeate in through, uh, this next hour or so that we are here with you.
Well,
So
we didn't get off on a tangent about the weather like we did like a couple times ago. I mean, we almost did. I mean, I enjoyed it. I helped Paul film 2 wedding ceremonies over the weekend, one on
Oh, nice.
Saturday and one on Sunday.
I mean,
So-
listen, if you were getting married this weekend, fucking not you got so lucky with the weather.
It was because today was
Look at today, just a fucking late term abortion.
yeah, and it wasn't even all day. Like it rained pretty steadily, at least where I work today.
Yep.
But by the time I left, the sun was already coming out, and I had to put shades on my ride home.
I did not bring. So I went to the gym, and then I was gonna go see my parents afterwards, and I was like, oh. So I pack a bag, like of change of clothes, so I can change into after the gym. And
Yes.
I ended up not going to see my parents instead. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings because everybody's like, first, they're the smart thing to do when you're working out and trying to be healthy is to immediately go undo all the things you just did by going to Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to get eat more protein afterwards, as you should.
I mean, listen,
before and
calories
after.
is calories is calories, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, luckily, I'm not in a cut, but I was wicked craving Buffalo Willie Tits, as I so love to call it. But I went there and I had 4 or 5 Miller Lights and 10 chicken wings and played some Keno, and it was a grand old time. The problem was when I walked out of Buffalo Willie Tits, the sun was beaming. And I left my shades at home because I was like, oh, I'm not going to need them. It's fucking pouring. And I thought I would be home by the time, before the rain stopped anyway, because I wasn't planning on going to lunch after the gym. I was like, if I go see mom and dad, I go see mom and dad. If not, I'll just go back home. And then I was like, you know what I want right now? Chicken wings. So I went and got them. And let me tell you, they slapped. I got to give Buffalo Wild Wings its credit. When it's good, it's great.
The one in Dartmouth at least can be hit or miss for me.
It's been very hit or miss over the years, like to the point where I won't go there for months, even a year or so, and then I'll be like, yeah, and I'll go and I'll give it a try, and it'll slap, and that's how they do it. The first time I go back, it's good. It sucks me back in, and I'm like, fuck. And then I go there 3 or 4 times, and I get 2 bad experiences in a row, and I'm like, yeah, never mind, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Yes. Quick shout out to Tic Tac. Bruce, how you doing, brother? Thanks for commenting.
In the lifetime prison sentence, indeed.
Indeed, but overall good weekend. I wasn't able to take a hike like I normally do, but
it's like
that's
the
fine.
irony. The
I
irony.
made some
of
money.
it.
Yeah.
Like you're ruining your life. Here's some beautiful sunshine
Mm-hmm.
to juxtapose that
But
dark
speaking
cloud
of-
that you're intentionally moving under. But yes, anyway.
It was a good weekend for a certain group of people to throw a big nationwide pity party for themselves because they
Yes,
can't
it
get over the
was.
fact that they lost.
So I don't even know where to start with this because the No Kings protest thing is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. For a couple of reasons. One, because they called it the No Kings protest, where they obviously they're portraying Trump to be this king-like figure who rules with an iron fist and just stands there and is like, off with his head, off with his head. It's like, prima nocta, give me all the virgins.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like no.
Prima nocta.
It's like, nope, nothing of that is happening. He is nowhere near as tyrannical as Charlie Longshanks was during COVID or any of these other people, these Democrats leaders. So I find it funny because he does nothing to warrant or to bring upon himself that kind of label. And then the other funny part is it's like, all right, well, let me get this straight. He's a tyrant and a king, and yet he allows you to openly protest and mock him and call for his demise. Doesn't seem very king-like to me. It's like when they call January 6th an insurrection,
It's
and I'm like, but there was no guns, and they're like, but they were insurrecting. They were trying to overthrow the government. I'm like,
they set up gallows to hang Mike
Yeah,
Pence. It's like
which it was 18 inches tall, and it was like they had a little voodoo doll of Mike Pence in there, and it was like You know,
It was like a effigy type thing. It was they didn't erect a full scaffold with gallows and shit. Like,
no, and then it's like, and they're like, oh, it was an insurrection. They were going to overthrow the government. I'm like, we are the most armed population in the history of the world. Do you really think if we were going to overthrow the government, we would have showed up with at least a gun, like one? And yet nobody did.
Yeah.
That we know of, or that we can, point to. So, except of course the Capitol cop that shot Ashley Babbitt in the neck.
The inept Capitol cop.
Yeah, the inept, who's now like the chief of the Capitol Police, if I'm not mistaken.
Inexplicably, he didn't get. I think he was on like suspended leave for a short amount of time, if that, and then and this was after he had already left his firearm in the bathroom.
Yes,
previously before that, like,
which funny thing about that happens a lot more than you think. Or than
I leave my cell phone in a bathroom sometimes at work if it's anywhere.
I mean, that's one thing. A cell phone won't accidentally. You can't use a cell phone to kill somebody. I mean, maybe you can.
But I'm not just.
Maybe if it's been in the hands of the IDF, it can. But
just gonna put my sidearm down here on the sink while I wash my hands.
Yeah, just forget about it. Nonchalantly walk away. Like, oops.
Yeah, it's loaded and the safety's off too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
well,
ready
if
to
it's
go.
locked, there is no safety on it, so there's always that. But nonetheless, I just the No Kings thing was funny to me because everybody was like, everybody wanted you to believe that this was this organic grassroots protest that was like grown through years of being oppressed and judged and everything else. And then you look out at the crowds, and it is all like 55 and up liberal white women from affluent communities with their their like low test, generic looking, limp wristed husbands, just like in tow.
They dragged them along.
And they're just like, oh man, you're right, honey. This is so much better than apple picking.
Oh boy, I might be able to get a blowjob first time in 15 years.
Oh my goodness gracious. Like, oh, I forget what the inside of a nice warm mouth feels like. Oh. But it was like, just like every picture that I saw, whether it was from Oregon to Boston and everywhere in between, it was all just a bunch of affluent liberal white women who were like 55 and up, and just and like there was no diversity. There was barely, if any, men. Like I said, if they were men, they were barely classified as such, or could barely be classified as such.
Yeah, I hesitate to refer to them as such.
Yeah, and it was just a bunch of old, crusty white women out there, and obviously the majority of them were bought and paid for by, different, what do they call it? Fucking oh my god, advocate groups and all this other shit. And all these different places. And you're like, do you really expect us to take you seriously? Like, it's like, I've never seen a protest more bought and paid for in my entire life. And then they're like, no, seriously though, this was homegrown. We're like, cool, what are you here for? And every single person that went to these protests was like, so like, what's Trump doing that's like king-like? And they're like, I've been told not to answer questions. And you're like, oh, okay. And then like some guy will just like walk out of the shadows, just be like into their ear, and they're like, Bush is a Nazi. And they're like, I mean, Trump is a Nazi. And you're like, it's like the same, just like tired bullshit that they've been spewing for fucking decades about everybody they don't like.
It's the same old rhetoric.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, like, nobody's listening to you anymore. I hate to break it to you, but like, these are...
Oh, shit. Lost Joey. I'll try and keep it going. There we go.
And it's fucking pathetic is what it is. And what's even more pathetic is that I saw people that were my age and younger, like my communist cousin, and
sounds like a horrible sitcom I don't want to watch.
Right? No shit. And then like this other kid that I know who like lives, I don't know where he lives now, like Texas or whatever. But he was like, they're like putting all this like stuff like, show it to the No Kings protest. this is where we make our voices heard. And if you have a problem with it, you can just unfriend me right now. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you have no fucking idea. You live such a coddled life. You have no idea. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I feel empowered to bring power to the people because, I do live a coddled life and I don't know what it's like to be, to be held down by capitalism and Trump. And you're like, oh my God, like it's like you are retarded. You know that, right?
The hilarious thing is, one, yes, they're using the term king, where I think he might have mockingly said, "Oh yeah, I'll run the country like I'm a king." I think he said that once.
I think he said day one, I'm gonna be like a king. I'm gonna be a dictator day one, and they were like,
he said that. Yeah,
he said he's gonna be Hitler.
he said it jokingly. Like,
Yeah.
anybody with a functioning brain understands that.
But Trav, you and I both know the left can't meme, let alone take a joke.
No, I mean they can take a dick, but they can't take a joke.
I don't even know if they can take those anymore. I
Oh,
mean,
they-
looking at most of those,
Oh,
crusty
they
old
have
white,
to. Otherwise,
look
even
at
lady
the crusty
dicks.
old white women that were there at these protests. I don't think they've taken a dick in years, if ever.
Perhaps.
I think it's like, I think they're all gonna like. I think they all need to subscribe to Taylor Swift's way of doing things and go from being like a nice quaint liberal to finding proper liberal white women who just like they just do missionary like this.
Mhm.
They just sit there like this, like, oh, okay, this is how we have sex now, and then finding themselves a nice conservative husband, and then you can make albums about how big his huge dick is, and how you've actually been properly digged down for the first time in your life, and it's like, oh. So this is what it's like to have sex with a man and not a Jonas brother. This is great. Why didn't anybody tell me this? It was this good. I had no idea. I think that's what most of these liberal white women need, because they're all fucking cooked, right? Like, did you see the? Sorry, I'm going off right now because I've seen so much bullshit over
Go
the
ahead,
last
man.
week and a half. Yeah, go off, Queen. So there was like this one picture on like, I think it was New Bedford Guide posted it, and it was a woman posting like her 10-year-old dressed in a dinosaur costume. You can't see like what the kid is, whether it's a boy or a girl, but
Yeah, kind of doesn't matter.
it was from the back, and it was like in a little T-Rex costume, and it was holding a sign that says like Trump is not my king or some fucking equally retarded shit.
Well, yeah, because
And
it's
I'm
not
like-
anybody's king. It's
Yeah, exactly. Right. Hey, good job, guys. I woke up Sunday morning, and guess what? I still didn't have a king. So you did it, guys. Good
Yeah,
job.
I fully support him, but I've never claimed that he's a king, or nor should he be, or that he has claimed to be himself as well.
I do refer to him as the God Emperor.
I will say shit like that out of spite because I know it pushes those buttons on those people. But
I mean, quite frankly, if he wanted to just like overthrow, like, or whatever, like just say, be like, you know what? Pull a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street, like, I'm not fucking leaving. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure like a good third of the country would be like, fuck yeah.
Well, that's the
Like-
funny thing too, because they're claiming 7 million people nationwide showed up.
7 million.
Where now more factual numbers seem to be coming out, where it's estimated, anywhere between like 2 to 3, maybe 5 tops.
The
now
latest
let's-
one I saw said 8.5 million, and I was like,
That's
all
high.
right. I was like, this is getting to like Holocaust levels now. Like,
Well,
when
let's-
I was a kid,
Yeah.
it was a couple 100,000 Jews died in the Holocaust, and then now, by the time I was in high school, it was 2 million. Now it's 6 million. What is it? Pick a fucking number, all right? Jesus Christ.
Well, they keep finding gold teeth in shoes.
Yeah, shoot, right. I know those shoes just keep magically appearing in those. God, man,
But let's say
those airtight wood doors. Fuck.
yeah, exactly. Let's say even their 7 million.
Nick
Number
Fuentes
is
like,
accurate.
This podcast is fucking based.
Oh yeah, because we need that publicity. But
I mean, yeah.
the bump
If
would
the
be
shoe
nice.
fits.
I mean, I wouldn't take. I wouldn't say no to new viewers. That's for sure. Regardless of where it comes from.
I don't know if I'd want like straight Nick Fuentes.
Yeah,
People,
no,
but
yeah, I wouldn't
Nick
say that
Fuentes
either.
is funny because he says crazy off the cuff shit. I don't necessarily believe him, or like I
No.
don't believe what he's doing is actually true. I think it's mostly
I've
an
never
act,
even watched any of his shit. I'm aware of who he is. I've
I-
seen clips, but I haven't watched like a full thing of his. I'm
I
just
only
like, all right.
I only found Nick Fuentes like I knew of him, and then I knew of like the Groiper thing, but I didn't like start seeing him until I looked up Kanye's new song, the Hail Hitler song. And then suddenly, like, my whole Instagram algorithm was just like, oh, you like Kanye's new song? Here's a bunch of anti-Semitic shit. And it's like, and I'm like, well, no, this is not where I was going with this. Like, not what I had intended. And it was just like, huh. And then, but then, like, I started seeing the shit, and it's actually kind of really fucking funny, a lot of it. But you have to be able to be like, okay, like, no, like, pretty sure, like, the Jewish kids I grew up with, like, have no, they're not responsible for genocide or
Right.
9/11 or anything of those things. They're very good people, so I don't fault like I'm not lumping them all in the same thing. But this is pretty fucking funny, you guys. You have to kind of admit it is pretty
Yes.
fucking amusing.
But as I was gonna say, and hey, shout out to Grigori, my boy. Yee. Fucking let's say I'll play devil's advocate, and let's say 7 million people nationwide did show up for that the protest on Saturday. Even if that were the case, that still would only account for 2% of the population.
And what percent of that 7 million was paid to be there?
That I can't attest to.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
like, we'll never know that number, but I'm gonna say at least a third, 35% of it was paid.
You're
because I feel like the organizers and everybody else were like, there was so much money being pumped into this because it's been going on for a fucking forever. We've known this protest was coming for months, right?
They had the same thing in June, and the same thing happened the next day. Trump's still your president, and he's still not a king.
Yeah.
And if you want to quote, the royalty, keep on and carry on.
Yeah, right.
And the funny thing is that they had the same protests there was some in Europe, in the UK primarily, and they changed it from No King's Day to no either No Tyrants or something else day, because they actually do have a king.
Right? They're like, oh, fuck. Like, they're like, no.
Well, we can't. Granted, he doesn't do anything. But
King Andrew was like, the fuck did I do? Then they're like, you colonizing piece of shit. And it's like, I don't know why they're from the South. But yeah, he's like, fuck you. You take your jibs. Like,
the people from the South wouldn't be against Trump.
You took French Polynesia, you piece of shit. What about Zimbabwe? Like, but no, like, what was it? Was it Uganda that used to be under British rule? I forget what country it was. Or was it? No,
I mean, a good amount. Certain chunks of Africa were.
There was one. There was one like. Well, it was one like. It was one African country that's now, like a complete. It's like how you would imagine an African country, but at like one point, like when the British ruled it, it was like very popular. It was like, it was beautiful. It was nice. There was houses like.
Well, they set up trade stuff and
people had money and like they didn't have AIDS and all this other stuff, and then they were like,
well, not yet. That
fuck these white people, and they were like kicked them all out, and they were like, yeah, this is better. I like shitting in the streets. Like, oh, it's like, damn, I thought running water would have been really cool for you guys, but guess not. All right. Sorry. Anyway, I hijacked this again. I'm so not caffeinated right now, which is probably a problem, but whatever. No, it wasn't Wakanda or whatever, no condoms forever or whatever that guy
Wakanda.
said. Yeah.
Woo Wakanda?
Woo Wakanda.
That's what fucking Brewster said in the chat.
I'm reading it. Yeah, Woo Wakanda. Which, by the way, did you see they're rebooting Anaconda with Jack Black?
Yes, I saw the trailer for it.
Paul Rudd is pretty fucking funny.
Well, because it's being very self-aware and meta. It isn't taking itself seriously. Like, it's basically a comedy horror movie.
That's kind of what I was. That's why I mean. Obviously, it's got Jack Black in it, so it can't be taken that seriously. But I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, I didn't know what to think of it at first, but then I was like, you know what? The last thing I saw Jack Black in that I actually went to watch was Tropic Thunder, and I think that was one of the last great original comedies. So,
yes, for many reasons.
As much of a douchebag as Jack Black is, like most of his Hollywood counterparts, I'll give this a shot. I'll watch. I
did watch the Minecraft movie. I got quite a bit of laughs out of it, actually.
There was a Minecraft movie?
Yeah, and he plays the main guy, Steve, Jason
face.
Momoa's in it. It's
His name is Gorak. Actually,
It's-
guys, my name's Steve.
well, the reason why it's good is it's the same writer and director that did Napoleon Dynamite, and
Okay. I
so
like that kind
it's
of humor.
very much that type of humor. I mean, Jennifer Coolidge is in it.
Oh, I love Jennifer Coolidge.
So
Oh, yeah, I'm Jennifer Coolidge.
it makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Real bad.
So it's enjoyable for that. It's just a dumb movie to put on while you're
She
like,
was Stifler's mom, right?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Man, Stifler's mom. One of the great coming of age moments.
yep.
I'm so glad we get to grow up and be teenagers in the time of like coming of age teen comedies were at their peak.
Well, it was the Renaissance, like the reimagining of the '80s boner comedies, but 20 years later.
Yeah, like Porky's.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which honestly, I watched
very much in
Porky's
that
like
line.
last summer, and I was just like, it was funny, but it wasn't like everybody's like, oh my god, it made me spit milk out of my nose, and I'm like,
Well,
really?
at the time, if you were,
I know, that's the thing. At the
It-
time, right?
it's certainly a cultural milestone
It's a period piece.
for what it is.
It's like Casablanca.
Yeah, it's. And I think Animal House has got to be Citizen Kane then.
Here's to looking at you, kid.
Fucking A, but yeah, so they threw another pity party, like I said. Nothing's
Yes.
gonna come from this. It didn't solve anything. Thankfully, they didn't burn shit down, and nothing major happened.
Well, you know why nothing got burned down? Because it was all liberal white women. They don't know how to do anything without their husbands except bitch and complain on Facebook.
for the most part, and
Like,
yes,
you know.
there were young people at this. There was that woman who was a teacher. I'm saying was because I'm assuming she's been fired.
Oh,
Because
the
her
one
school
mocking
is-
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna mimic what she did because that's gross.
you can use your imagination.
Yeah. But the school that she works at, as soon as they started getting like a flood of, messages their way, they deleted all of their website is offline.
I mean, they straight like just deleted their social media. They were like,
wiped
we
their
don't
social
exist.
medias. Yeah, completely deleted their social medias.
Hey, what are you
And the
talking about?
website
We're not
is-
even here. Who are you? What is this? Fuck you. Bye.
So yeah, Bruce is saying not fired.
No, I don't think she's been fired. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about her being fired. Yeah, I know that they
I mean,
they found out who she was,
Yeah,
and then the social media went silent. But I
I
don't.
mean it's
think
still
there's been
early in the
any-
process.
Yeah, that's true.
She
But-
may be on quote unquote administrative leave, and then they'll deal with it, internally how
I mean,
they
honestly,
see fit.
depends on what state was she from? What area?
I believe Illinois. Yeah, she
'Cause
was.
yeah, so she's in deep blue
She
Illinois.
taught in either in
she's not
or
gonna
just
get fired.
outside of Chicago, I believe.
She won't get fired. There'll be 50 parents will show up to support her, because she was a minority, right? If I remember right.
She's Hispanic, I believe.
Hispanic, yeah. So she's like they'll be like, you can't fire a minority for free speech. How anti-American is that? And it's like, well,
Well, that's the
and
thing
I
about
think-
free speech is like, yes, you're free to say it, but you're not free of consequences. You're free of being
but see,
held
that's
by
where
the government, but
I
your
think-
employer can, not like what you say, and you're a representative of them, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that. I feel like
I don't
people
think
should-
that should be the case either, but
I don't
that's
think
the
that
way
should
it
be
is.
the case. You're right. It is the way it is because, I hate that that mantra of like, oh, you represent this company or this establishment 24/7.
Yeah, I don't
when
like
you
it
work
either.
there. And I'm like, no, you don't fucking pay me 24/7, so I don't represent you 24/7. If I show up, I punch a clock, I do my job, I go in, I do my job, I do it well, and I leave. What the fuck? That I should not have. There should be no fucking You should even know me outside of here.
Hmm.
But then again, I feel like people put way too much of their own information out there for the general public. Like I had this conversation with some of my friends of mine earlier today about how people put way too much of their business out online, and then when they try to walk it back or change their tune, it's just like and they're like, oh my god, like I love my wife, she's a rock and she's the best, and it's like, well, I don't know. Your wife didn't really love you when she was fucking my best friend the other day. So I don't know, bro. Maybe don't put that online there, Chief.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, True story, by the way. But I love seeing that. He's like, oh my God, I love my wife, or I love my husband, or I love that. They're my rock. They're my everything. They're my thing. And I'm like, didn't love them too much that day. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, that
But they're like,
reminds me of Anthony Weiner standing there with his wife just
oh,
looking so
was
mad.
that
Like,
that? Then when South Park did the gag on that in
yeah.
Mary Jane Piss in Your Face Fun Time, the
Mm-hmm.
cheesing episode, that was, and he was like, and my beautiful wife, she's like, don't touch me. Like,
Yeah.
that was fucking awesome. I fucking loved it. But no, the No Kings thing has been, like you said, dude, it was just like, it was like a self-pity party. But oh, to my thing too about the kid on New Bedford Guide that was sitting there with its mom, and its mom posts a picture of it like brought my 10-year-old to a protest so they can see that we won't be silenced. And I'm just like, and I think I commented, I'm like, that kid is going to be pumped so full of antidepressants by its 13th birthday. Like, it is 100% going to shoot up a school at some point.
Yeah,
like,
CPS should probably already be monitoring them.
Yeah, like, if you were bringing like your kids to that shit on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in October,
yeah, go to the park. Go on a trip. Like,
shame on you. And then these people are like, "Well, my child has anxiety about climate change," and it's like,
why?
well,
because you
why?
pumped it into them.
Why? Well, yeah, exactly. Because and again, like, and it's like, you know, these liberal white women, man, like, they need like, it's such a victory for them, like, when they have a trans kid. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they're like, it's like such like a social status for them. And I'm like, God damn,
Sadly.
you people are fucking sick. Like, because obviously no kid, like, you and I grew up, you know, we all had that one dude friend that might have been a little effeminate or a little weird that we might, you know, we thought might end up being a little light in the loafers and, you know, playing for the other team at one point.
Yep.
And then turned out fine. Or, you know, you had the girl that was rocking a baseball hat on backwards, baggy jeans and t-shirts, and dressed like one of the boys, and was playing baseball and riding bikes and doing all the other shit. And we were like, and no one even thought anything of it, even though she could probably kick all of our asses and everything. No one even thought like, lesbian. Nope. And then all of a sudden, you know, she grows up, and next thing you know, she's prom queen or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's called a phase. Kids grow out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Now,
I'm pretty
granted
sure
that some of them did, end up still being gay or lesbian and
right,
what have
which
you.
is totally fine.
But
whatever,
the vast
shit,
majority, it was just like, no, they're just a tomboy, or he likes to be in theater class,
right, which is fine. I mean,
because he's
don't
not
get me wrong.
he's not as athletic as the rest of us.
The world needs actors. The world needs artists. The world needs, you know what I mean, musicians. Like, the world needs all that stuff. That's fine. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, and that's the other thing too, is like, you know, you, especially like high school years and early adolescent years, like, you get defined, right, by being like whether you're good at sports or athletic. And because you're not old enough to have discovered the thing you're good at yet or you're interested in, right? So
yeah,
like,
you haven't had enough time yet.
Yeah, you know, when you're like 11 years old or 12 years old and you're in 6th, 7th grade, and like, you're out there, you're playing flag football because you have to, because the school has a school-wide flag football league and all the boys have to play.
Yeah, and you're
And
still
like,
24 years from having your brain being fully developed.
Yeah, that, and like, you know, and then like, you know, the Robbins twins are out there just like fucking dicking on everybody because they're wicked good athletes at a super young age, and you're just like,
shit.
All right, like, guys, fuck off. Like, you're making me look bad. And then you're like, I don't like football. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna go sit in the computer. I'm gonna go play on the computer and play Oregon Trail. And everybody's like, oh, you're a fucking loser. And I'm like, maybe I like Oregon Trail more than I like football. I don't know.
Have you died from dysentery yet? I don't think
right,
so.
Exactly.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
And then me, the kid who goes and fucking forgoes flag football and ends up, you know, playing on the computer instead, ends up being one of the only people, you know, in my graduating class to play college football. So, you know, that's how, like, you know, life does 180s like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because all these kids were great athletes all through middle and high school, and then, you know, like,
things seem to even out towards the end of high school.
Yeah, right. Like things tend to get there.
If you were slightly behind athletically in middle school, maybe by then, if you're into sports and want to be active and do athletic shit, and you worked at it, and, you know, honing your skills in whatever sport it may be, by then you're probably fucking right up there with them, or already surpassed the people that were already deemed, like, you know, the ubermenches of your class.
Like, I mean, like, at no point was I ever like as good of an athlete as, say, like, I don't know, like, fucking name up, like Corey Catelli. You know what I mean? Like just all around good athlete. Like just there's nothing the kid couldn't fucking do. Like he was super smart, super good athlete, like super handsome guy. You're like, fuck you. Like you got it all, Corey. Like I mean, great kid. I love Corey. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at him by any
Yes,
means.
but
But he was just like he was
he's
just
the guy
awesome
you're
at
supposed to
everything,
hate
you know
in
what I mean?
every John Hughes movie.
Exactly. And like, but then you talk to him and you're like, he's the coolest fucking guy ever. Like I'll never forget. I had a senior project with him. This is a wicked weird aside. I don't know why that name popped into my head, but like I was a senior project that I had to do with him with Demanch in Demanch's class and for economics. And like we got random partners and I got paired up with Corey. And like I remember I forget who it was trying to talk shit about me to Corey. And you're like, oh, how's it working with fucking Joey? Like, I must fucking suck. And Corey's like, actually, dude, like he's fucking really good at this shit. You're dumb. Like he's mad, but he's pretty smart. Like, you know,
I'm glad I have him and not you. You piece.
He's like, yeah, he might not give a fuck, but like also, you know. And I was like, thanks, dude. I'm like, you had my back on that. I was like, good looks. Like, appreciate you. And here I am, like 22 years later, still remembering that. But yeah. Hit me right here, man. But no, but it was
picture of him, like.
But I've known Corey since like first grade, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like we were always good, like not best friends, but we were always buds. Like, said what's up, like you know what I mean. I knew him from Cushman School, like you know, Cushman School kids. We kind of stuck together a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so, especially once the merge happens. It's like in Survivor when it's like, all right, everybody drop your buffs.
Yeah.
We're starting over.
Yeah. But like, you know, I always stayed like cool with all like my classmates from Cushman. You know what I mean? Like they were always like, hey, like Cushman School. Like, you know what I mean? I was always like, I never like tried to like put them on blast or like I was always like a little extra cool with them because I'd known them for so long. You know what I mean? But at one point, we'd all been to somebody's house at one point together for a birthday party, you know?
Yeah, because you were still at that young enough age where it was like, well, yeah, everybody in your class is invited to your birthday party because it's not, you can't not invite, you know, even just one kid because it's not. And
right, because it wasn't fair.
I get that because with younger kids, I get that.
That's why my mom was like, no birthday party. She's like, we'll take you wherever you want. Just shut up and not inviting anybody. And I'm like, I totally get it. Like, imagine having like fucking 32 fucking second graders
and also
around your fucking house. Like, fuck that.
I mean, we grew up in the same area, well, neighborhood essentially. It's just we had different groups of friends, at least who like we always ran into each other here and there.
Well, yeah, you and I. Well, we were on the same bus all through like middle school and high school.
Yes.
And then but it was like like you, Mikey, Josh, Jay. And it was like me, Ryan, and Brandon. Like we were like. Because me and Ryan and Brian lived on the same street,
you
know, and we would always, but like there was days like I'd be like looking for Brandon or whatever, and be like, where the fuck were you? Be like, oh, I was over at Travis's house, or I was at Mikey's house, and I'm like, oh, and then we got older and we got to high school, and then we all kind of started hanging out more, you know what I mean? Whether it was up the street or down, you know, whatever, and like cross over Ryan's house, because Ryan's house I feel like became the hub for everything, you know, in that neighborhood, but yeah, it was funny, like, but yeah, you always had like, you know, your people that you geographically were aligned with.
Well, that's probably why your mom was like, yeah, no birthday parties too, because it's like your friends are always fucking over here anyways, and
yeah,
you're
exactly.
over there. And
like, what do I need to invite 32 of your fucking classmates over for? You got 17 friends that live right here. Go out on the fucking street. I'll light you up some candles on a cake. We'll have some. Call it a fucking day, okay?
Yeah, ride your bike to Cushman and you guys play in the field.
You're 9. You got at least, you know, probably fucking 80-ish, you know, more of these to go, and fuck you.
Yep.
They're not as special as you think. Trust me.
Yeah. So we'd go into the woods of Cushman School, and that's where we'd find all the old the porno that people would hide back there.
Yeah. Remember we always had like remember the rumor that there was like homeless people living back there, and like somebody would like bring a steak knife from like their parents' kitchen and like be like, and they'd like, look what I just found on the ground. We're gonna get murdered. And you're like, what? Everyone's like, fuck out of here. Let's go. And then we would all run and dip out of there. And I remember like just being like terrified of like getting chopped up by a fucking dull steak knife by a homeless guy for no reason.
Who inconspicuously camped out in the woods behind an elementary school.
Yeah, which like we were just like nobody thought to like go question that guy. Like, you know, look, like you don't think the police would have been on that, but I mean this was the 90s, dude. Things were
the
different.
Early 90s, yeah, early to mid. Yeah.
Yeah, things were different. So it was fun though. It was good times.
I'm not complaining, man. We lived in like the exact middle between Paidnarin Village and Blue Meadows.
Yeah, we did. Dead ass. You know, we could have gone either way.
Yeah, and I think we landed squarely in the middle. For the most part.
For the most part, like you said, like I mean, I definitely hung out in the village more often than not. But I also feel like because my grandparents lived down there, so it was different. So I obviously
you
had
got
like
family down there.
I had
Then
an in,
obviously,
you know.
you've got that built-in proclivity towards it. It's
Yeah, and my grandfather was like, you know what, you're definitely, my grandfather was pretty rich, so he definitely put us like in sailing school, which not a lot of people got to go to. So, um,
oh,
yeah,
oh man, I bet you have like pants that have full legs.
I do. I'm super rich.
We call them fancy pants.
Fancy pants. Oh man.
Rumor has it reaches your shoes
No,
sometimes.
no need for a rag on a stick around here.
No.
We
No,
got
I have to
real
make
washcloths.
I have to supply my own rest of my legs to my pants.
Oh my god! But no, I forget where I was going with this, but no, that poor kid and these poor people that are like dragging their kids to these protests, and I'm just like, if I see like any, and luckily I didn't see any of my actual friends dragging their like preteen children to these protests, because if they did, I would definitely call them an asshole. And I'd be like, do you want me just to adopt your kid? Like, can I be like, I'd probably try to work my way into their lives just so that their kid would have like a really cool uncle to look up to and be like, hey man, like, or girl, like, your parents suck, right? Like, just undermine everything they do. Just
here's why your parents are fucking gay retards.
Yeah. Here's why your parents are gay retards.
And you bring out the big Chris Jericho list.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you want to do? It's like, they have like a science project coming up, and I'm like, all right, I want you to figure out a way to make 6 million pizzas with only 4 pizza ovens in 4 years. That's how much long. That's how long you have. They're like, what? I don't get it. I'm like, trust me, you will.
You will in time. Oh,
Sorry.
shirts with an alligator, Bruce. I believe that's the Lacoste. I believe
Lacoste. Yeah. Look,
yeah.
But you know what the funny thing about Lacoste is? Lacoste got like that became like a super ghetto brand. Towards like later on.
I had like Lacoste shirts when I was a kid. I used to get them from Silversteins.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I'd have the little alligator, and then I have the whale.
Yeah, and then I remember hearing like Lacoste in like rap songs, and then like rappers wearing it, and like when like rappers went into that like prep mode back in like the late 2000s, like early 2010s. When,
and everyone's popping their collars.
Yeah, preppy rappers were like the cool thing, and it was like, your boy don't got if Lacoste don't make it if your boy ain't got it, and you're like, what?
Huh?
Like, why are you wearing Lacoste? That's something my grandfather would wear. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I remember going into like the pro shop at New Bedford Country Club, and they had like Lacoste shirts. I'm like, ooh, look at the little alligator. That's funny. Thinking it was a Florida thing, and then I realized it wasn't. But
yeah. Well,
that's because I was young and too retarded to know.
I mean, the alligator isn't that different looking from the, there's been different Florida gator insignia, but you know what I mean. Like it's
right. Like hey, that little mouth open,
It's a gator at the end of the day, so it's like one could think, oh, yeah,
tis but a swamp puppy, sir.
Yeah. Swamp puppy, god damn it.
Swamp puppy, yoink. Love that guy. But this protest, to wrap it up, like I just think, aside from the fact that it accomplished nothing, it just made everybody who participated in it look like an asshole. And then on top of it, those people that looked like assholes couldn't possibly have been bigger assholes because they were already assholes to begin with. Because again, they're affluent, white, liberal women, awfuls, as you probably heard the acronym.
Decrepit ghouls, all of them, whether they're men or women, but mostly, at least in the footage that I've seen of the protests,
I can only imagine like the husbands, the wives are like out on like next to the street with the signs, like waving at people. The husbands are like back like behind them, like sharing recipes for like banana bread or something.
And hey, I like a good banana bread, but that's not why I'm here.
Oh, bro.
I'm here because
one time I went to work.
There's no king, but I did bring Burger King breakfast if anybody needs. Like,
bro, BK breakfast fucking slaps. Cine Minis.
They got the Cine Minis are back.
Bro, fucking Cine Minis. That was one of like, dude, when we used to. So when I was playing paintball back in like late high school, or when I got my license, and we would drive to tournaments and stuff. Me and my boy on my team, my buddy Ben, Jew actually, funny story. One of my best friends.
Oy vey.
Oy vey. But very how do I put this? Very American Jew. You know what I mean? He was definitely not how do I say this? Victimized? Yeah, I don't know. Like he was not constantly reminding me
He
of
was
how many
just
people
like,
died in
I'm
the
Jewish,
Holocaust.
whatever. Like,
He was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm Jewish because that's how we were raised, and I got a bar mitzvah, and my dad's friends and family are rich, so I got a bunch of money and bought a new car with it. And it's like, bro, you bought a fucking Acura. Like that's like, yeah, not like you got, you didn't get a 1989 Honda Accord like I did. You got a fucking 2000 and something Acura, you dick. Like,
yeah.
but anyway, he was awesome. He was my boy. But we are one of our staple stops on the way to a tournament in the morning, or way to practice in the morning, because we would usually play like Cape Cod paintball. So we would go, we'd meet at my house, we'd get in the car at like 6 a.m. and we would drive down Cove Road. We would always stop at the Cove Road BK for fucking City Minis and BK breakfast because it was the best.
They're not bad. I try not to eat fast food. Occasionally I do in a pinch.
I go in waves of it. Like there will be time, like days where like I will go months without having fast food.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days a week for the next like 3-4 weeks, I'll get like whether it's Taco Bell, Mickey D's, Wendy's,
Well,
Chick-fil-A,
it's just too easy.
Popeyes.
And if you
Like
know how to exploit the
I just
apps,
go
you
through
can
these
really
waves of
fuck with it.
craving.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Like right, let's let like this yesterday I was craving chicken wings wicked bad, and I wanted buffalo wings. So I went to Buffalo Wild Wings today and I got buffalo wings. Like,
Yeah.
are they Rose Alley good? No, of course not. But are they good? Did they satisfy my craving? Yes.
You got what you wanted.
Am I paying for it by having to run to the toilet now every 2 hours for the next, probably 5-6 hours? Yes. But
you knew this going into it.
I knew I am a consenting adult and I knew the risks. Okay. So it's fine.
I'm fully aware of what this is going to do to my body.
Yep. I know that I'm going to have to work extra hard at the gym tomorrow. And that just is what it is.
But I want it right now, and I'm having it, goddammit.
It's like what was the old coach? I forget his name, but the old coach used to say, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. And I'm like, it's going to be a long lifetime, a long, delicious lifetime. Because you know what I've been craving lately? Is Papa Gino's breadsticks. And that is a problem.
Those do hit a certain way, man.
Because those are getting harder and harder to find.
Yes.
I think the Fairhaven one's still there.
Yes, I believe so, and my friend Josh might still be one of the managers there.
I went nuclear on the Fairhaven Papa Gino's employee about 10 years ago. Like, it was the Sunday between the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship. It was when the Broncos beat the Patriots to get to Super Bowl 50, and it was the first footballless Sunday since September. And we went to Cardozo's, and I had just turned 30, so my license had to be renewed, and I needed a new one. So I went to the RMV and I did my thing. I got my license renewed. They give me the paper temp one in the meantime. And they're like, yeah, 5 to 7 business days, you'll have your new license. I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to the Cardozo's after it had been changed hands in ownership, and it was like some Habibs had bought it.
Yeah. So Nick's dad was no longer owning it.
No, Nick's dad did not own it anymore at that point. So I went in there, and they had just introduced the scanny thing where they could scan your license to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
And these are brand fucking new. Nobody's got them except this place. And we've been going to this liquor store because we lived in Fairhaven at the time, almost every week. I mean, it was we usually went to the Moriarty's down the street, but every once in a while, if we were up by a Stop and Shop, we'd go there.
Moriarty's, yeah.
Yeah, great spot. The guy who owned it, the parents and the son that owned that before it were fucking awesome. Loved them. They were the best. I wonder whatever happened to them because I know they sold it. Now it's owned by Habib's too.
I remember them because I used to live right next to that place.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
I did too. I lived on Middle Street.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So for about 2.5 years, I think it was. So, but anyway, so we go into the liquor store, and I take out my old license, and she's like, "Oh, this is expired." I'm like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "Here's my okay, here's the temp one, and here's my other one to verify I am this person. Here you go." And she's like, "Oh no, I can't accept that." And I'm like, yeah, but like this is what the RMV gave me because my real one won't be in for a week. Like it's my birthday this week. Like I had to get it redone. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sorry, we can't let you buy anything here. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, Locke, can you buy this for me then, please? Like, do it. And she's like, oh no, sorry, like I can't sell to her either because you're with her. And I'm like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. I'm like, she has a valid license and you won't let her have it. I'm like, what the fuck is the point? Like, she's like, I was like, so if I walk outside and she pays for everything and buys everything, is that okay? And they're like, no, because we've already seen you. We know she's just going to give it to you. And I lost my fucking mind.
As you
Like,
should.
just lost my mind. I'm like, I've been coming to this fucking store for like a year and a half. You know who the fuck I am. What the fuck is your? It was like this little late, like old lady, like not old, but like younger lady, like. And she's like, sir, you can't do that in here. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'll never fucking come back. I fucking lost it. And then later that night, I went and ordered takeout. We get delivery from Papa Gino's, and they totally fuck up the order. And then I go to like,
so that's just the icing on the shit.
Yeah,
cake.
and then I go and like, so because it's a couple hours later, we ordered Gino's. They fuck up my order. I call back and like, hey, like I'm a former Papa Gino's employee. I know
Same.
how it goes. Like shit, just sometimes shit goes awry, and it's fine. So I was like trying to be like super nice on the phone, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, hey, this got fucked up. Like, do you mind like bringing it back? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So they bring me back the new order, and then they want to charge me for the thing I ordered, and I'm like, what? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll give you the old one here, and they're like, well, no, there was a difference on what you ordered, and I'm like, I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, well, the difference in the price. And I'm like, no, this is the same fucking thing that I just ordered. Like, why is there a difference? And they're like, so I end up on the phone with the manager, and the kid's like trying to argue with me, like as if I just tried swindling them out of like $1.67. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded? I'm like, do I need to come up there and do your fucking job for you? I'm like, go on the computer, look at it, because the number he's giving me doesn't even match the number that they charged to my card. So the receipt that I have was a different total than the number that they had for my order in the store. I'm like, one of you fucked something up. And I'm like, do I need to come up there and do your fucking job? And the kid's like, bro, it doesn't have to be like that. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, you fucking retard. I was like, I'm calling fucking corporate. I'm gonna have Tom so far up your fucking ass tomorrow. He's like, who's Tom? I'm like, if you don't know, you're about to fucking
you're gonna find out.
And like this and that, and like, I mean, granted, Tom hated me, but I still used him as a pawn in my little scheme. And I just went absolutely fucking ballistic on this kid. So it was like twice in one day. I just went off on complete strangers, and my wife's looking at me like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
Like the Broncos are playing in the Super Bowl next week, and I'm stressed out, and there's no football on. I got nothing to distract me, and fuck
I have no release right now.
Yeah, I was just like, I was a fucking mess. But yeah, I really want Papa Gino's breadsticks. That's what this whole thing is melted down to now.
Those hit differently. That's a very. I mean, their pizza too is distinct
Legendary
from other chains. Like,
yeah, their pizza's fucking legendary. One slice of Papa Gino's cheese pizza is just like the bee's knees, dude.
Yeah, and you don't get it's super regional. Like it never left New England.
Right. No, they stayed tight. They were loyal to the soil.
Unlike Dunkin', which started in Massachusetts, it's global at this point, and to the point of being obnoxious.
Right. Dunks, baby.
Yeah, everything stunks.
Donks.
Give me my dunk. We doing a dunk run, guy. You know how many times I had to fucking hear all that shit when working for the railroad with all the contractors, all the construction.
Somebody get me my dunks, huh?
Yeah.
You expect me to build a railroad without my dunks?
I need my coffee, my cigarettes.
What is this, ancient China?
Oh, I'd make runs for the guys when I was overseeing some of the excavations.
Yeah.
Because I really only had to be there just to make sure they didn't fuck anything up.
Right.
And test it. Oh, shit, we think we hit something, even though we, marked out where the wires should be.
Right.
Beforehand.
Yeah, sometimes things, aren't where they should be.
It could be off a little bit, or there could be older shit under there, and we got to verify whether, that's the case. But yeah, they'd be like, hey, we're all taking a break. You mind making a run for us? And they'd hand me the money, and they'd be like, go get us all this shit. And they're like, hey, get whatever you want to.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right.
I mean, well, if I'm flying, you better be buying, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
well, yeah, and I'm in the work truck, so I'm not paying for gas. It's just like, all right.
Still, I ain't your coffee, bitch. You know, I got a
Yeah.
job to do.
Oh yeah, no, they'd always reciprocate. Like, oh yeah, get yourself a
Yeah.
breakfast sandwich, a drink, whatever the fuck you want.
Man, I haven't had a breakfast sandwich from Dunks in a while, and I got to say, it feels pretty good. My body's been thanking me, I'm sure.
I
Not,
actually grabbed a wake up wrap from them and order hash browns last week for the first time in what
I think
feels
the hash
like
brown's the only thing I can eat from there
probably
now
over a
because
few years.
everything else tastes like ass.
I try to go to places that are better than that. Like there is a New York Bagel next to where I work. Well, drivable distance
Yeah,
for lunch, and I'll get a sandwich from them any day over
nice.
Dunks because I can get a hot pastrami there. I can get like a thick sliced turkey sandwich, and yeah, a bunch of other options too. But
Yeah, no,
it's not bad.
it does tend to suck sometimes, but yeah.
Indeed. You know what else sucks sometimes, Joey? At least
What's
as of
that?
late? South Park, kind of.
You know, so we talked at length about the last episode, which was the
It's
what
hard
was
for
the
me to
season
remember
five,
now at
the
this
season
point.
five, the fifth episode of the season. Hold on.
Well, in the final one of that season, apparently.
Yeah, which it was the conflict of interest one. What
I
the hell
think
happened in that
technically
one?
right now it's on season 28 with the new episode because they
Oh, right, it was the prediction app one when they got the app.
yes,
They're betting on Kyle's mom bombing a hospital in
Israel.
Gaza.
Yeah, and they didn't touch on that in this one at all.
Right. So all right. This episode, I have a couple of theories on this one. So obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert, we're gonna go into it a little bit. We've both seen it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay. So I'm giving you 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
Now.
there's no timestamps in this. It's fucking.
Yeah. So the episode I thought was actually this episode was actually pretty fucking funny
I
from
laughed.
the aspect of like the 6, 7, like that whole because
That
the
I
6, 7
didn't
thing.
really
So
laugh
did you
at
did you
because
know
I don't
about
fully
it?
understand it still. I literally found out about what it was
Yeah.
that morning and had no idea it was going to be a part of the episode.
Nice.
But I also didn't like read that much. I heard, oh, it's a trend that kids are doing in school, and it's like being disruptive to class. And some schools are saying putting a ban on it, like you can't do it.
Yeah, which is like
But
it's
beyond
like,
that, I don't know. I know it's from a song that came out in February, and then it's gotten like remixed by like different people on TikTok and
yeah, it's like a
other
TikTok
things.
thing. And it's like a LaMelo something to do with LaMelo Ball and his height being 6, 7 and all this other stuff. But like the best part about it, so I was talking, so I don't know where it came from, but like I just did it to my wife one day, and she was like, "What do you want to do for dinner?" And I'm like, 6, 7, and she's like, "No, we're not fucking doing that. Shut the fuck up." And I didn't even know what it meant. I just thought it was fucking stupid, so I said it like because it was dumb, and I was like pissing off my wife. So
like
then
6, 7 could be like an order from a Chinese restaurant. Like, oh yeah, I
seriously,
want a 6 and a 7.
yeah, give me a 6 and a 7.
That could be really good.
It could be. I'll actually, you know what? When I go to Jade Garden next, I'll let you know. So then we were talking about it on row one, seat one, about how like 6, 7, and like my buddy's got, Sean's got younger kids, and so he's kind of in tune with a little bit more like of what's going on with that generation. And then my brother was like, he's like, no, he's like, I'm like, what does it mean? And he goes, nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Like, and I'm like, and that to me made it funny. For whatever reason, like the fact that it means nothing.
It's
Made
just
it-
them saying it for the
Yeah,
sake
made
of
it,
them
like-
saying anything.
Yeah, it just made it wicked funny.
And they're
that
just
you
all
like-
doing it at the same time for
and like yeah, one person.
random
it's like
reasons.
when we would remember when we would be walking in high school, and somebody would walk in and somebody would go, "Hey!" and then everybody would do it, and the whole fucking hallway would erupt. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey! Like you didn't even know who walked in. You heard somebody do it, so everybody did it, and like to the point where like I forget who was Mr. Barry's replacement as like the disciplinary guy.
He
Not-
left. I think he left after I graduated.
No,
Well,
because it was at the
Mr.
old high
King
school.
retired when I graduated.
Right, but it
02.
wasn't. No, you remember Mr. Barry, right?
Yeah, Dick Barry.
Dick Barry, like, which I actually played golf with Dick Barry after high school. He's a really cool guy. It was his replacement. It was like this younger guy who was like, like the new cop, and he was like getting like, but Barry was like showing him around because Barry was on his way out the door, and like, God, I can't remember his name. I can see his face.
He was
But anyway,
PC vice principal, or
yeah, PC vice principal kind of thing. Like, he wasn't even a vice principal. He was just like a disciplinary guy. Anyway,
Oh, so like Mr. Fryas in middle school.
yeah, right.
Hey, Fush, come here. I gotta
Come
talk
here.
to you.
Yeah. So he was like, so we were doing that A thing, and like, I know it was you because I mean, like, Jay was there, Josh, Mikey, like,
Mm-hmm.
it was the whole group, like our whole bus, Cartman, like the Bonos, like, Chachi, like all these people, like everybody, the whole fucking
Shit, Chachi, yeah.
like the whole slew of characters. And anytime somebody would walk in, whether it was like coming in from like their bus or school, or walking in from Arthur Ave, like whatever, it was just hey, 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 and like it got to the point where like people who didn't even know what we were doing, like, or why we were doing it, started doing it because like obviously like Fro was in on it, Ben, like all of them, and like the whole school.
Yeah,
and
Fro, no nips.
Yeah, nippleless bitch, Benjamin. God, I love that kid.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Oh, he is. I said his kids are fucking cute as hell too. I love watching them. They're all like football, like pee-wee football age now.
Yep.
And they're like, it's so funny watching, like, 'cause his wife will post videos, and their legs move so fast, but they go so little like distance. It's so funny.
Well, yeah, they don't have long legs.
No, they're just
powerful,
teeny little
but
legs.
yeah.
He's like, and they're just like cruising, but they don't cover any distance. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, they're short legs, but
Yeah.
they're strong.
It's wicked funny. And so like I remember Barry's replacement being like, enough of that, enough. Like, and he like threatened to like start like suspending people, like writing people up for it. And we were like, we're just saying what's up. Like, what the fuck? It's disruptive and annoying, and people don't know what's going on. And blah, blah, blah. And we're like, shut the fuck up. So that was basically like our generation, 6, 7. You know what I mean? So I get like, teachers get mad about stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, and more and more schools are, taking on the, hey, you're putting your phone in this bag sort of thing, like, which I do agree
I'm
with.
actually probably not that upset about.
No,
to be quite honest.
I do agree with that. Like, it's school. Like, as much as I disliked school, I did like but most of it, I also didn't have a cell phone there. But
right, we didn't have cell phones back then, really.
But you shouldn't, have anything like that with you unless it's for, like if you have I know in college you can use a laptop, and all that shit. But
oh, dude, when I got to college, they were like, "You can have laptops in class." I was like, "I am getting nothing accomplished."
Yeah,
today.
well, you just sealed my fate. You fuck.
Like,
I better be good at football because
no shit. I was like, you just put a computer in front of me. This is way easier.
Because I am playing like OG Call of Duty right now.
Dude, I really was. I'd be sitting there playing like Command and Conquer on my laptop.
Hell yeah.
I was like, fucking A, bro. I'm like,
you're like, or even back then, like World of Warcraft 3.
Right. I was not a World of Warcraft guy, but Command and Conquer, yes.
Same type of game. Just
every once in a while, like
setting.
my volume, I would accidentally like unmute my computer, be like, "For the Brotherhood." I'm like, what? And they're like, huh? I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about me. Sorry. Like,
who's this bald guy with the black and red background?
They're like, what are you like? Why is Tim Curry in a general suit?
That's right.
He's on his way to the lost city of Zinj. But anyway, back to the South Park thing.
Yes.
So the 6-7 gag I felt was super fucking funny. I really did. Like, I thought that was wicked funny to me because once I found out it meant nothing, it made it 10 times funnier to me. And I'm like, oh, these kids are just doing the A thing like we used to do.
And that's why it's so funny to Cartman because it means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing. And yet it's just like the dumbest joke ever. And I thought it was wicked fucking funny. So the 6-7 part of the episode I fucking loved. I thought that was really, really fucking hilarious. So we get through the episode, whatever, and they bring in Peter Thiel knows about the Antichrist. And like he's coming in and like he's trying to decipher like what 6-7 means, and it's kind of like a like there was like The Shining or whatever. Ask where
The
like, he pulled-
Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Sorry, there's not The Shining. The Exorcist. And Cartman's puking all over the place because he's possessed, and it's like the Antichrist symbol and all this other stuff. And it was
Yeah.
that was like really funny. And then I find out like that season 5, 25, what was it? 27 abruptly ended at episode 5. And season 8
28
was
yeah
28 was episode 1 was the 6-7 episode. So my theory on this is, and stick with me here because this is why I think there's one of two ways this season's going to go, because season 27 and 28 to me are the same season, because obviously
it's
28 it continued right along with the storyline from 27. So
and
obviously
because they're not taking a break in between it's yes, to me it's the same season.
yeah, it's the
They
same
can-
season.
They
It's
can
right
call
on
it this
schedule.
if they want to, but to me this is
Well,
it's
here's
like-
my thing. What if they didn't want to have an episode 6, 7, and that is going to play into the joke at some point down the road here?
Oh, so yeah, because they skipped 27.
Because they skipped episodes 6 and 7. They
Ah,
stopped at 5, and there was no episode 6 or 7. So maybe that's something to keep an eye on. Like maybe
so you
that's,
think they might be getting more meta with it,
which
to the
they
point
said
where
they were,
it
which
has
goes
to do with
against
the,
everything they said they were going to do, which would
the
kinda
structure
check
of it?
it would kind of check out, because they every time they say they're going to do something, they usually don't, or it's a head fake, like we've said before. But I don't know. I feel like this season as a whole, in totality, this season is either going to be one of the funniest, best seasons that they've ever done, or it is going to be the biggest disappointment. I don't think there's any middle ground left for this one, because they've gone too far with the Trump Satan thing, and the JD Vance, like,
Yeah, they have to
talking-
finish that.
yeah, talking to Peter Thiel and like Towley, like, kind of like eavesdropping in because he's, the cum rag on the fucking.
Let me
on the
get you
towel
your
rack.
cum rag, boss.
Yeah, which I still think is wicked. Like fat midget JD Vance fucking kills me every time.
Oh yeah, he's just tattooed from fucking Fantasy Island.
Yeah, and it's just like it's just so but it's so funny that they use like his face, and then they're like, but like the other part of it too is like the other, like the low hanging fruit, like Trump has a tiny dick jokes,
Yeah,
which I'm like, okay, I'm like, it's funny, but is it like we're 6 episodes into this?
it's
thing, and
every
that's
episode
pretty
they
much what we've got.
every episode they have Trump in, they do a here's his tiny dick. Like,
right.
Which, hey, I don't care. Like it
I mean, it
is
doesn't
funny,
bother
but it's
me.
like they are beating that dead horse.
That's what I'm saying. And for me, like
They're better than that. We know this.
That's
They're better than
that's
that.
and like I had a conversation with one of my buddies at work the other day, and I'm like, like that to me is like the low hanging fruit. Like I would expect that from like Jimmy Kimmel or Family Guy or like,
Yeah,
something
That's
like,
absolutely what it is.
something along those lines. But like when it comes to South Park, like I have expectations, dude. Like, these
They're
guys,
high.
like, like they're like I was watching the original Integrity episode earlier. When they finally move out to the farm, the vape episode, and I'm like, and they're like, oh shit, there's Ronan Farrow, and like, they bring like a dead hooker and like club the fucking drug dealer in the knee as the crowbar for no reason.
Yeah.
Like that shit was fucking funny as fuck. And then, Randy goes and beats up all the vape guys. He's like, I like to vape. Do you think I'm a pussy? He's like, yup. Boom. And like that shit was fucking funny as fuck. But I'm like, I didn't need like, I don't know, like for some reason, like the Trump tiny dick jokes, like I thought they were hilarious the first episode or two.
Sure.
And then they kept going back to that well, and I'm like, all right, guys, like, we get it. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, land the plane here, I guess. And maybe they will. I think we got 4 episodes left, before this run is over.
Before this season, quote unquote, is done.
This next, season 28 is over. But also I'm wondering if they're like, yeah, we signed this like deal with Paramount for like 5 more seasons, but they didn't specify how many episodes, so we're just gonna do 5 episodes and crank out 2 seasons a year.
Dude,
and be
if
done
that's
with
the
this.
case, I mean, I'm not mad. Like, good for
No.
them.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, good for them. But like, don't do it at the expense of the show either, though. Like, this show has been so fucking good for so fucking long. Like, I would hate to see it like get bought out and then and paid for and then become crap.
Yeah, I don't want to see it decline in
right.
any kind of way. Like it has had its ebbs and flows, I will say.
Yeah.
But I've never disliked it, and I'm not saying I dislike it now. I'm just like
Same.
I don't kind of see where I don't fully understand where they're going with this season yet. So that remains to be seen, of course. But I also am feeling kind of apprehensive about it because it's
right.
This is like the most hit or miss season I've seen.
Right, and very rarely, like I could sit here and tell you, I can count on 0 fingers how many miss episodes I've seen of South Park from in my lifetime up until this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was none. And I still don't think they've quote unquote missed here because I think, again, the overall product is going to bring it all. Like it's like watching like Star Wars, like the original 3. Like A New Hope kind of sucks by itself. But when you watch Empire and Return of the Jedi, you're like, oh, okay, like now it makes sense.
Oh, it completes the story.
Yeah, it completes the story. So I think like you've got a couple I think you got more New Hope at this point than you do Empire or Jedi. So I'm waiting for like the Empire Jedi portion to sink in and like kind of kick this thing off and get it rolling. But which it very well could. I mean,
yeah, as far as the season goes, although I do like what they did with Jesus at the end. Like,
oh yeah, where they make him a total like bro Christian.
But before that, dude, PC Principal literally fights. Well, he tries to fight another guy earlier. He's like, "Oh, but you think you're like more Christian than me?"
Oh, that was Mr. Adler. That was the shop teacher.
Yeah, he beats the shit out of him.
Shit out of him in the meeting.
And then he does it to Jesus Christ. He's like, "You think you're more Christian?" Basically, like.
But again, like
that's Jesus Christ himself.
And I know they've done everything, but like that's like kind of like a rehash to like the Phil Donahue, like ordering the Pope like to kill Jesus. He's like, Phil, I don't think killing Jesus is very Christian. He's like, shut up, he's not Christian enough. Like he's not hardcore enough.
Yeah. He's actually a Jew.
Yeah, and like so like again, like I'm starting to see more. I maybe it's because I've seen it all over the last 30 years that like there's nothing that they can do that's going to surprise me, but that's not true because I'm rarely caught off guard, but when I am, it's usually by South Park. So which is why I always loved it. But I don't know, like it's getting a little bit redundant. And I think that's what's kind of bumming me out about this season is like I have people like, oh, you're just mad because, you're just mad because you little MAGA snowflakes don't want to hear like Trump, jokes about your God Emperor Trump. And I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like,
yeah,
I really don't fucking care.
I will laugh at a joke made about Donald Trump if it's done funnily.
If it's funny, it's funny, dude.
Again,
like,
the man is not infallible.
Right. And but like Donald Trump as a teeny tiny penis. Like, okay.
Every episode, multiple times.
Like, that's funny the first couple of times, but after a while it's like, all right, like you guys are come up with like you guys ripped on Family Guy and every other fucking show in the world
for being derivative and lazy.
And, yeah, taking the low hanging fruit. And now that's like kind of what you're doing. Like either you're out of ideas and the show's over, or
they're complacent because they just got a huge deal again.
Or that, that could be part of it.
Could be a combination of a lot of things.
Again, like my wife said, like she thinks the Charlie Kirk assassination it threw the whole season off.
I think so.
It was going in a certain direction until that happened, and then she thinks they had to change course, and they got caught with their pants down.
I mean, they're still going down a political route with most of it, so I don't think a whole lot changed. If it did, but I think they had to reassess their tone, maybe, or how they want to say things or present it.
Or maybe they're being forced to, and and they'll never admit to it because I'm sure at this point, like they can't.
Well, yeah, we also don't know how much control they have in that deal. Like, yes, it was for 1.5 billion
signed, and all. I mean, right? We talked about it a couple weeks ago. $1.5 billion is a fucking lot of money, dude.
So Paramount could have something over them where they're like, no, you guys do you, but if we have to say something, like intervene, like we'll just tell you to like tone it down,
right?
probably
Like
just tell them to tone it down.
which I can only imagine is like the Band in China episode where like, you know, they're writing their biopic and the Chinese guy's like,
Yeah.
oh, no. Like, you know, like, it's like, no, you can't mention Buddha. Like,
Exactly. Well, because the other side of the coin is you're not going to pay these guys that much money and not have them be who they are, because that's why you're paying them the money. Cause...
Right. But, I mean, unless, like, you feel like you're just losing the, like, you know, unless you feel like you're losing the battle, the social media, like the social battle, you know, where, like, you're losing people to Charlie Kirk and you're losing people to, you know, like Turning Point, and like you're losing that demographic and all that other stuff. But then again, like, I don't know that South Park's demographic is really young. Like, I think we are South Park demographic, like 35 to 40-year-old white males. Like, I think that's the prime demographic now. I don't think it's like, you know, 17 to 21 or
well, actually,
like
the college students that work at my job, they love South Park. In fact, one of them is like, it's the greatest show that's ever been made. He's like, it's fucking perfect.
But I feel like they're like what we were, like, not even us, like, you know, the kids that were like 4 to 5 years behind us when they first discovered The Simpsons. They were like, oh my God, this is great. And it's like, yeah, but you're kind of late to the party.
Yeah, it's
you know
already been out for a while.
Yeah, and then they realize they're like, oh, this is great, and then but it fades quick for them. Whereas for us, it's like we've grown up with South Park every step of the way. So like as they matured, we've matured, and that's what kind of makes it fun. Because they went from like dick jokes and fart humor, you know, in the first couple of seasons to
very crude
social commentary and relevant topics. When as we got older and we're able to understand that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. This, like I said, I think this season is they're trending in a like kind of like in a one way or another extreme of either this is gonna be, we're gonna see this at the end and we're gonna go, holy shit, that was brilliant, or it's gonna end and we're gonna be like, really, that was it, like, okay, I guess, you know, that was underwhelming. You know, and for me, like, I've never come away from a season of South Park like feeling underwhelmed. Well, like it didn't deliver on multiple levels. Like, I've never like watched an episode and been like, eh. Like every episode I've ever seen I thought was great. And, you know, maybe that's just my own internal bias.
I've definitely got laughs out of all of them.
Yeah, there's nothing that's not, there's not a single episode that you can find that's just like not funny.
Yeah,
even like
of course
when they did Pip in when they did the what was the fucking book they ripped off there with Pip? Oh my God.
Oh fuck.
The old timey book there with
It was Dickens, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was Dickens. I think it was Dickens.
The Prince and the Pauper?
No,
Or was the Prince and the Pauper fucking Shakespeare?
no, it was.
No, I'm not gonna
What the hell was the name of it? Great Expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ! I knew it was like, I wanted to say Can't Hardly Wait, but I was like, no, that's a Jennifer Love Hewitt movie, you pervert. You're just thinking about her awesome rocking tits.
She's got them big natties, man.
Big old natties. But yeah, no, there was the Great Expectations episode. Like, even that one I thought was like wicked fucking funny. Because it was just like their take on doing it. You know, before that was like that style of episode was funny. Like, it was before Robot Chicken and Family Guy did Star Wars or The Great Gatsby or whatever. Family Guy did a bunch of them, but
yeah, their basic airplane level spoof or
yes, exactly.
If you know what I mean, like that,
right.
It's very much airplane humor, which I love. The Zucker brothers, that type of humor, but done in that way, and yeah, that's fun. I like the Family Guy, Star Wars stuff.
The Family.
Blue Harvest,
honestly,
or whatever.
If you had to tell me, like, if you gave me the option to watch the first 3 Star Wars movies or the Family Guy ones, I would probably opt for the Family Guy ones.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a funny, brief synopsis of it all.
Because it kind of just, like, it cuts out, like, because I remember, like, when I first tried to show my wife Star Wars, she was so bored.
Oh, it cuts through the chatter. It gives you everything, all the things that you need to know, or already know because of just pop
Right.
culture.
Right, because you already know, and that's all you need to know.
And condenses it, and hey, here's some jokes.
Yeah. I mean, like, my dad still thinks, like, Stewie as Darth Vader, like, hanging out of the side of the fucking Death Star, like, smacking mailboxes is, like, one of the funniest things he's ever seen.
It is pretty funny.
And it is. It is funny. Like, it is, because that was, at the time, was, like, wicked fucking funny. But, like, my dad's not a Star Wars guy, but he just thinks he's, like, but that's how silly Star Wars was to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
you don't even have to like the source material to be able to laugh at it, because maybe
That
you
was-
dislike it, and you're like, haha. Yeah,
that's
see,
kind
it
of
is
what I
stupid.
think made that brilliant. Was that, like, even if you didn't like Star Wars, the Family Guy Star Wars was still funny as fuck to watch.
Because
like you
again,
said, you knew it.
because
just
it was
didn't have
that
to like it.
classic spoof on it. It's
Exactly.
like a Mel Brooks movie, even. Like Spaceballs. I mean, shit.
Oh my god, Spaceballs is just on another level of funny.
It's
You know, again, Spaceballs. Like, I think I'd actually rather watch the Star Wars parody stuff than actual Star Wars, to be quite honest.
I mean,
I mean,
Spaceballs is pretty fucking great.
Spaceballs is great. And today, Pizza the Hut was dead because he got locked in his limo and ate himself. Did you hear that? We don't owe anybody money anymore.
I'm
That's
surrounded by assholes.
I fucking
Great.
dude.
I'm surrounded by assholes. Yeah.
It's just such a fucking good movie, dude. You know, he's like, and I just love, like, he's like, he slams
That's
down
us
the
when.
face shield. Yeah, he slams down the face shield and he's just like, Lone Star.
Lone Star. Yeah.
He gets all serious when the face shield goes down and then it goes up. I'm like, what the fuck, you guys?
I bet she gives great helmet.
Oh my god. Yeah, she's a Druish princess.
Oh, great. Just what we
That's
need.
what I need. Look at her nose
The
before
true
the job.
Yeah.
My god damn, dude. Those jokes were so good. Still, and they still stand up. That's the best part.
I just watched Blazing Saddles again for probably like the 100th time, like
No shit. I still have to watch
a month
that.
ago.
I haven't
Oh,
seen that in fucking
oh,
forever.
what?
Last time I saw Blazing Saddles, I was probably like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah, you need to revisit it. It's the type of movie now. Like at least I mean, it walked so Tropic Thunder could run.
Right? Yeah. It's
It's
I know
it's
enough
that level
about
of
it,
like cultural, like, oh, should we go that, like,
the relevance.
edginess where it's like
Yeah.
but relevant, but it's genuinely funny to everybody as long as you have a sense of humor.
Which naturally, you know, we do. So
Yeah. But even
It's
back
pretty
then,
good,
the
but-
liberals were laughing at that shit back then too.
well, I think that's back when everybody, like, you know, before everybody like realized that, like, you know, the problem is, and again, it's a slippery slope, and I'll leave you with this. This will be kind of my final thoughts.
Like a greased up Chinaman.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
You know, like, at one point you could make that joke at work and it would be funny. And then, you know, people started inventing things like HR departments, and they put, you know, what we would consider now a Karen in charge of them. And they were like the mother of the office, and they were there to, you know,
Oh,
clean
God.
up the bad behavior. And it's like, but what all that did, and I think all it's done now, and we're seeing it now, especially with the Charlie Kirk stuff, because now that, you know, the shoe's on the other foot with people getting fired for the Charlie Kirk stuff,
Yeah.
you know, which again, I don't agree with. I think people should be able to say whatever they want. In fact, I want you to air out your bullshit on Facebook and social media and all this crap, because I want to know exactly who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to hide behind, you know, a fake veil of whatever. So let them say it. But the thing is like, we started allowing, we started empowering people to ruin other people's livelihoods because we didn't like them for one reason or another, or we didn't like something they said. And so what went from like, hey, this guy sexually assaulted me in the office, okay, you're fired, to is now, hey, this guy posted on Facebook something that I mildly disagree with, and the company's just like, you know what, that's more of a hassle than we want to deal with. He's fired. We'll fire him just to appease you.
Yeah, it's not good PR.
Yeah, and like, oh, you represent the company 24/7. Well, we can gain some ground with this group if we fire this guy now. You know what I mean? Like, but you empowered normal, regular people to go out and police other people with impunity.
Well, you know what it is? It is literally the court of public opinion actually
it
having
won't-
power in doing something
right. Like, and companies these days
outside of
won't-
court. It's
right,
just like,
and no company's gonna stand on their own two legs and tell somebody to be like, "Hey, thanks for bringing that to our attention, but we'll handle it in house. See you later." No, they'll just keep calling back. Well, did you fire him yet? Did you fire him yet? I mean, like, and it started. I know this was like prevalent in the restaurant industry because my sister in law worked at Ruby Tuesdays in the mall, and she was a waitress there. And there was this guy who was I would consider him. He was a professional agitator, if you will. And he would go to restaurants, order something, and then claim he didn't order that. It was wrong, so he could get it for free. Well, he ordered something. He ordered like some like sliders with no mayonnaise on it. The mayonnaise came out on the burgers. He sent it back. My sister was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's just a waitress. She's like, "I'm sorry, I'll get it done." She puts it in, asks the kitchen to fix it.
yeah.
The next order that comes out still has. She doesn't run it. Somebody else takes it out for her. It still has the mayonnaise. It still has mayonnaise on it. So the guy loses his shit and then goes on like a 3-week fucking binge tirade, calling the restaurant every single day to see if my sister-in-law had been fired yet. And ultimately, like, the manager just let her go and fired her, basically over mayonnaise. Like,
Well, that's not right, but I mean, no more sympathetic could I be to that man when it comes to no mayonnaise though. If I want no mayonnaise, I don't want any fucking mayonnaise. I'm not saying what he did because of that is right. Absolutely not.
right, but like but you think like it's okay because you don't know how a restaurant works, and like sometimes these things do happen.
Hmm.
You think it's okay to go get like a 17, 18, 19-year-old girl, whatever she was at the time, fired?
No, absolutely not. I
Like-
would just be like, hey, can I just please get this without mayonnaise?
Yeah, and then I would expect it to come off my bill and be like, all right, cool, like we're
Yeah.
good. Like, not
Or at
the
least
girl's fault.
give me a discount. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even need it completely comped. Like, just. But
Just-
if it came back twice, okay,
Yeah,
now I
which,
need-
I mean,
yeah,
don't get me wrong, it's happened to me before, and anybody who's worked in
maybe give me a
restaurant
free
knows-
beer or something, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'll shut
You
up.
know, right? It's not that hard. You know, people are easy. But this guy just felt the need to like, oh, but that's my. But it's a microcosm of like, we have afforded people way too much power in terms of like being able to complain about employees at places, so that if they do anything that we don't like, they can just go out of their way to make sure that that person is no longer employed or has a way,
Yeah.
a source of income, which is absolutely ridiculous. And
Well,
there
it's
are
called
companies.
smartphone social media.
Correct.
It's because you have the ability to do this at any given time at a
Mhm.
moment's notice. Yeah, it emboldens people. It makes them think that they're in the right, and oftentimes it gets them proven wrong, which
Right.
is always fun to see.
Well, it's always nice too when you have a company that like stands up and they're like, yeah, you can stop calling now. Like, that's not gonna happen. But then this guy, like, literally, like, I mean, he called the corporate office. Like, he went all out, and like, we found out his name and his phone number, obviously, because it was on all the reports. So we would just go to like the Verizon store and prank call him from all the Verizon phones, just to be like petty back. And he was getting really, really annoyed with it. It was really funny.
It'd be all like, "Hey, shit, I'm from corporate. You gotta come down here and suck this dick.
Yeah, I need you to draw succulently upon this pubical sac for at least 30 seconds, sir.
No less than 30 seconds.
Yes.
You understand?
Draw succulently.
Draw forth,
Real succulent.
draw forth upon his testicle sack succulently." God damn it. I can't say that shit without breaking.
I mean,
it's just
Yeah, to not break character, and that one's a tough one. You know?
it's corpsing in the wrestling industry.
the
Shit, he's
whole,
laughing.
like, just the draw succulently upon his pubical sac
Yeah.
is still like
For
one
no
of the
less
fucking-
than 30 seconds.
It was still like one of the funniest fucking lines I've ever heard in my life, and like
Well, because
Again-
it's said in like legalese.
right, exactly.
Or at least as legalese as they saw fit. Like,
Right, you're not expecting it at all, and you're like,
it seems a close enough approximation to what I think they would say legally.
right. Like, if this was actually going to court, this is how it would go, and you're like, maybe, probably, we'll go with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I laughed my ass out.
Oh God, it was so good, so
I mean-
good. I love that episode too. The fucking Imagination Land trilogy was just unbelievably good.
Yes, I do have that season on DVD.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one I got. I have the trilogy on DVD. I have the original season on DVD. I think I actually still have the season with 200 and 201 on it too. The only one I don't have is because I didn't buy it in time. I didn't buy it. I didn't realize at the time they had banned it. Was the original Super Best Friends that had Muhammad,
Right. Yeah.
because that one's gone. So you need to find that. Like you can find it. Like
I might still have that on VHS because I used to buy
my
the
VHSs are long gone.
the
now.
VHS compilation. It would be like a few episodes.
Well, I used to record it every Wednesday.
I didn't have Comedy Central because that was when Comedy Central was still like a premium.
Well, we
Cable.
stole our DirecTV a lot, so
Oh, there
we
you
had
go.
everything. Yeah, it was great.
Well, I bought the ones
Fuck
from
you.
I bought them from Blockbuster, like the official Comedy Central
Yep.
ones, and it had those weird intros with Matt and Trey, which
Yep.
are fucking
Which was wicked funny,
super funny. Like,
super awkward, super funny. Where they're like in sweaters and shit. Like,
well, there's that one, yes, with Scratch. Here's a little Scratch, and the dog changes
Yeah.
like every other time.
Yeah, right. It's a different dog.
And then they're like cowboys, and they have Indian companion show up.
Yep,
Uh,
those were funny.
So yeah, I still have those. I bought them from Blockbuster.
But yeah, I think that's the only one I don't have because I have 200 and 201 somewhere. It's in one of my DVD bins somewhere.
Yeah,
And,
I lost a lot of the all my old shit, so I don't
mine's, I
have
think,
everything that I used to have.
downstairs in a tote under my pool table because I don't have a DVD player anymore. So there's really no reason to break all those out. But there will come a time. There will come a time where, or a rainy day, if you will, where I will want them.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
we're
like I
also
said, there are episodes on there that you can't watch on Paramount now. So
and we are at the point where like the high like if you have like a Blu-ray, like a modern like a newer Blu-ray / like 4K player, it won't read an old DVD.
Ooh, rough hit. Well,
In some cases.
luckily my DVD player is ancient. The one I do have. I mean, I do have one. It's one of those. It's a double. It's a VHS DVD player, dual. So yeah,
just like what they were smuggling in the first Fast and Furious movie.
for reals.
Combo DVD VHS
DVD,
players.
VHS combo TV player. Like that shit was.
And now those
fucking
assholes have been to space, and Idris Elba
funny. Yeah.
had like nanotechnology suit, like Iron
Yeah,
Man.
They used the Charger to tow a submarine to outer space somehow. Like,
Yep. But
Oh,
it's for
Fast and
family.
Furious. Yeah. Oh, nothing stronger than family. But
And-
yeah, no, I think that's all I had for tonight.
Same. And just like family, we all sit at the adult table here.
Yeah, because nothing stronger than family,
Yeah.
except apparently guardrails and cars and metal and fire. Sorry, it's a bad Paul Walker joke. I'll
Yeah.
come back to me next week. I can. do
Well,
better.
yeah, he died as he doing what he loved, being on fire and screaming. I guess. I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a good joke. Well, he died doing what he loved. What? Like,
yeah, that's from
was that a South Park episode?
it's from
Or-
something. I
South
can't
Park Family Guy.
because
Something.
the person's death was so ridiculous and horrific. It's like,
Yeah.
huh?
Well, he died doing what he loved. It might have even been Archer. That might be an Archer joke.
I feel like that was in like a Deuce Bigelow movie.
That could be too. I'm sure it's been done multiple times. Let's put it that way.
It's a good one.
It is one of
I
my
mean,
favorites.
If you
actually.
don't laugh at that's just a classic punchline right there. Like,
it really is. Well, he died doing what he loved. Like, it's like he died of autoerotic asphyxiation.
well,
Well,
he did.
he did.
In that case, he
too.
did. David
Yeah.
Carradine, Michael Hutchings,
Yep.
fucking.
Also the basis of another great South Park episode, but
Indeed.
so real quick too, I started watching Primitive War last night. I don't know if you've seen that yet, or if we've even talked about it.
What's that?
It's about it's a Vietnam era movie where it's basically they go to Skull Island and there's dinosaurs. But
Okay.
Jeremy Piven's in it. So far it's decent. I only made it about 45 minutes into it last night. I didn't realize it was a 2 hour and 15-minute movie. I thought it was gonna be like an hour and a half tops.
Oh, it's a movie. Okay.
Yeah, it's a movie, and it's about dinosaurs and guys from Vietnam going into this island or a section of this island to like
So it sounds like Skull Island, but
pretty
not
much,
Skull
but just
Island.
no King Kong. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, picture Skull Island with no Kong, and pretty much that. So, I'll give you my full review on it next week.
Oh yeah. What's the name of that?
Primitive War.
Okay, I'll look it up.
But I was told it was like basically like it's pretty it's supposed to be pretty violent and bloody,
Mhm.
and it's like basically like what would actually happen if human beings interacted with dinosaurs, unlike Jurassic Park. So, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm giving it a chance. So far, I'm
It's got a
Pretty-
4.0.
pretty lukewarm on it so far, but we'll see. We'll see how. I'm only, like I said, only about 45 minutes in. So
And yeah, where is that streaming?
I got it
a
on
few
Amazon.
things.
I think I had to pay $10 to rent it for 48 hours, so I have to
Yeah,
finish
that's
it.
what
tonight.
it's saying.
Yeah, because it was like still in theaters, I think, or was as of pretty recently.
I'll watch the trailer for it. I mean, you know me and monster movies, man. I
So I'm
still
saying
have
this one was
some of
kind of right
old
up my
monster
alley, so I
books
was
from
like,
back in the
yeah,
day.
fuck it, I'll pay the $10. I can handle it.
Hell yeah.
But I'll let you know next week how it goes.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll watch it between now and then as well.
All right, there you go. We can have a little powwow about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, that works.
Much how
Cool.
like we talk about other dumb shit. So yeah, it works
Exactly.
for me too, brother. So yeah. Until next
right.
time, everybody.
So yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks to everybody in the chat for chiming in. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks guys. Brucey,
And, yeah,
Grigori.
we'll check y'all. We'll check y'all
Joe.
next Monday.
See you next Monday, folks. Have a good one.
Peace.